Welcome to Modern Homestead, Alaska. I'm Jessica, and this homestead needs so much beautiful spring color. And we plant out 6 mosquito and fly repellent baskets and buckets and pots in this episode. And I can't wait to share with you exactly what we used to repel Alaska state bird, the mosquito. If you live locally in Alaska, here in the Wasilla area or Palmer, I'm going to be giving away one of these baskets from the local greenhouse. If you stick around the video, I'll tell you how you can win it. Well, I thought it would be perfect to kind of take you guys along as I mosey through the yard today, do some planting out, and then show you what I've already gotten done. And we'll start with all these plants. We went on a shopping trip, and everywhere we went, with the exception of 3 Bears, we just picked up some little bitty plants along the way. So the first thing is I want to get this open. A little Costco plant. And what I wanted to see, yep, I think there's space in the middle. I got these geraniums. They're in red at Costco. And I want to pop one in the center because I just love that in the front porch. So even though the pot came beautifully, I thought I would add some of the colors I like into it and it'll be fine. The soil's nice and loose. I just opened a space in the middle. I'm gonna put this guy in here. And believe it or not, he will do fantastic. No. And then these 2 flank, let me show you, the garage doors. So right there and there. And what I thought we would do is that Fred Meyer, they had the red, white, and blue pack. So there should be, this one should be blue. We have the red and white. I thought, let's plant these out. Super simple on these pots. Make sure we're red. Yep, a red geranium in the center. Those are pretty good. Here we are. We'll water these in really good. We're gonna surround them with all the color. The petunias, the red, white, and blue petunias. So I'm going to do all 6 in this pot. And I'll rinse this off with the hose when we water everything in. We're finished. Okay. This will get huge. Okay. And just the 2 is fine. But you can totally add, and I thought I might do some of these more whimsical things someplace else, but these will end up just overflowing these baskets with the weather that we get. So these will go right next to the garage. So let's do one more of those. And now this summer, just like last summer, they completely overflow those containers and just add so much life and color. Whereas normally it would just be kind of a gravel driveway around it. So I have a hose pot by the front. Let's look around. Let's get this guy on the porch though. So as far as the porch goes, I've been working on it. That pillow is for something else. I went ahead and like touch up the door, but the dog is always jumping on it, and swept and got it all clean, but it's gonna hang right up here. So over here at the woodshed, so these are the 2 choices I was talking about. I got these 2 options. I'll show you. We'll choose together. So instead of blue on this one, those are almost black. The other one I'll show you is a little easier to see. So we have some sweet potato vine that will spill over, another vine with this orangish little flower. they're all in their infancy stages, and this will be huge. Like, it'll pour over. And I wanted either like a tall grass for the center back here or something that would give it some height. And I ended up grabbing these yesterday. So I have 2 of these. Look at that together though. Like, they are really kind of mirroring each other. But I'm wondering, so here's the other things. They need some height in the center as well. I think at the end of the day, I'm going to prefer the grass in these because I want that height that's like kind of whipping over. We're going to have to think about these hanging baskets. We grew these black-eyed Susans from seed, and after bringing them out, I don't know if they're gonna survive or not, but I could always go and get something else from the greenhouse, kind of fix those up. So I think we'll do the grass in these and then do the witches whatever in these hanging baskets. I think that'll be the right fix, because then it kind of pulls some of the same colors here, and maybe these baskets need a little bit more help than what we thought. Okay, so I'm just trying not to overfill these because they will end up so big. And so it's just easier to do a little less in the beginning, although I want it to be like full and lush on day 1. That's not actually how it works. Let me just move. Everybody is looking happy now. Oh, these struggled a little, but they have just beautiful new growth. This is gonna spread out and be fine. Everything's gonna be just fine. Whew, those are stinky. Those are, whatever these are, they are a stinky plant. Ugh. Let's see where else we can make a really high impact with the very few plants that we have. So this one was doing really well and something ate it, so we're gonna put the geraniums in it. I think 2 in the center. So I just ran in and read some of these seed packets. They are beautiful. Denali Seed Company tribes. It says to plant them out just straight into the dirt. So rough the surface, pull out anything that isn't. Perfect. And then we're just gonna do, look at those. I'm going to top this pot off with some soil. It holds my hose here at the front door. It's got something growing. With these hoses, what I've learned is just don't, like this front part of it where the hose hits, but if you plant it around the back and the sides, they do just fine. So I'm going to do 2 of these geraniums right in the back here. So that'll kind of fill up the back. They'll get nice and tall. And then I'm going to put a couple of these blue. Look at that. Aren't those sweet? All right, the camera died. Went and got a new battery. I did finish this pot. I did throw a little bit of wood chips there. And the reason is so that the hose, when it runs across the dirt, it's not just dragging dirt out of it everywhere. The wood chips should help keep it a little bit cleaner and not so muddy. But that is done. Well, I decided after I got all of this up and done and finished for this video, I really do not like that hanging basket on the porch. And so here is what I did. I went and got the basket that matches all of the others that we have around the home, and I needed some things to help fill around that. So that's what we're going to do right now. We are going to take that Costco basket and we are going to turn it into a fantastic overflowing basket that really, really matches and goes with our home. And then the other thing, when I was there, Mid-Valley shared with me a recipe to put together for repelling mosquitoes and flies. And we are gonna put those together right after this hanging basket. All right, so here's what we got. We got that pot, we have this one. I went ahead and set it in there. I have, you can't tell with the flowers, but I have so much space around the outside of this pot of soil. And so I grabbed some, whatever we have left over of this master blend. It's dry, so I'm gonna just give it a little water because we want this to go up the sides. Let's see. Okay, that's all gonna work. We're gonna be able to get it all in there. And then I'm out. I don't have any other fertilizers up here. I'm waiting on something to come from Amazon, but this rose tone is going to be a good all-around fertilizer for flowers. So we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of that in the pot so that it's feeding all of these very hungry plants. Okay, so I am going to start with the sides. So I got fillers. So these beautiful plants are gonna hang down, making the pot, and then eventually the center of that pot is gonna come down as well. I wanna just kind of get these in here on the sides at a little bit of an angle, just like that. I got this one, that's beautiful. And they're gonna be pretty high. Let's see, there we go. So we're just making this up as we go. And then these are they turn out huge. These little blue fillers. Here we go. See how much lighter these are? They add such whimsy to the plant. So I think we'll go right down in between with those. Okay, so then repeat the process on the other side. These Costco baskets, you can pull the clips off, which is what we want to do. This is a proven winners. Let's see, Super Bells, Pomegranate Punch, and Honeyberry. So that is actually what was in there. We added the red geranium to the center. So we're gonna have that going for us. Now these pots are great. If you wanna not have them as a hanging basket, you just pop this off and you could set that on your porch or whatever. But we're gonna try and, I'm gonna reach my hand under the geranium to try and balance the whole thing. There we go. We're gonna try and pop that in right in the center. We're gonna work our way around. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that worked. I cannot believe that worked. Now, when we get that hanging, I'm gonna water it off really, really well before I drag it over there. But Y'all, when that is hanging and we have all that other beauty coming down the sides, look at that. Look at that. We've got her fed. All right, let me water it and then we'll mess with it a little bit more. I went ahead and popped it on the milk can. It's a little taller and it makes it to where I can really make sure there's no dirt on these hanging plants. Kind of rinse the basket off. Okay, these little guys, they are gonna dry out and fluff right back up. Once we have all this hanging going on here, that's gonna look so much better on the porch. So I'm gonna just pull the top layer off, keeping in mind that I'm gonna be adding soil with the plants, and then I just have some straight new compost, as well as whatever dirt from the last pot was left in here. We'll just give it fresh, work its way down. And then I am gonna grab a good handful of this rose tone. Again, any type of flower fertilizer into the soil there. One good handful, work it in. We get so much rain that will work its way down. Now, but here is going to be our planting mix. Here's everything going to go in the pot. 1 citronella. This is going to bloom a big, beautiful pink bloom. So we stuck in the pink and yellow family because we are going marigold. So I went yellow marigolds. I have some additional marigold seeds I'll throw in there. We went as far as the hydrangeas go. This one is actually going to be to kind of marry with that pink color. We went light lavender, so a pinky purple. So we've got 2 geraniums and 1 mint. The mint gets massive out up here, so we only need 1 for this pot. And since the hose gets put in here, we want to see the beauty from the garden, but we will also see it from the walkway. The biggest plant is going to be the citronella, and so I'm going to put that like directly behind this post. However, from all the other directions, it's going to be super visible. So just dig out a hole. My pot soil is super soft down there. The citronella in the other pots is going to be the centerpiece. They are supposed to get huge. Okay, so where do we want, I kind of want the geraniums up towards the front. So let's go in with those, like right up here. And geraniums get really big as well. So 1 on this side and 1 right over here. Keep in mind, we get nearly 24 more than a day. We get nearly 24 hours of daylight in the summertime, and so our plants can end up being some of the biggest in the world. So that's gonna go in there. The mint, I'm gonna tuck it in right here on this side, right between the citronella and this hydrangea. So let me just tell you where I got some of these. So I got the citronella at Mid-Valley Greenhouse. If you go there, tell them Jessica sent you. They have some pots that are already made up like this. You can go in for like $30, almost $40 and buy the whole pot already ready to go. But I wanted to plant my own. And so I wanted to see, are there some places you guys could get this stuff in the lower 48? And so I got the mint at Home Depot. I got the geraniums at Walmart, as well as the marigolds, and I have a bunch of marigolds that I seed started. And so the marigolds we're just gonna tuck in here and there. So I want the yellow with the pinks and purples. Let me spin this pot for a sec. Let's see what we're doing. So just tucking the marigolds in. You know, this makes me want to buy, like, they have white marigolds. You can buy the seeds to it off of Amazon. I thought, you know what, I should totally do that next year. You can do a white and pink and purple pot. Okay, so we have that there. And then because marigolds grow so well and so beautifully up here, I thought, why not just, we're really early in the season, sprinkle a few marigold seeds along the back and in throughout. That'll be fantastic. Okay, give them barely any soil, just kind of tucking them in, and those will grow beautifully here. And there's our first pot. I'll take you along this summer and show you how these end up. If you are ready to see this massive garden get planted out, as well as the greenhouses, you are not alone. That will be in the next gardening video. I'm gonna do it all, one big wham, one big show-stopping video. You don't wanna miss that, so make sure you hit the subscribe button, and we'll plant out a 40 by 40 foot garden and at least one of the two 10 by 20 greenhouses in one day. So won't you join us for that by hitting that subscribe button, ring the bell, you'll get notifications, and you won't miss anything we do on our homestead. And now I have this fantastic box of herbs. These are some things that either didn't do well from seed, rosemary, and some things we just didn't grow from seed. And I figured out what that one plant was, went back and got some. It's pineapple mint. So we have a plan for that and all of this. And as I was looking around, I'm trying not to increase to having more pots as this goes, but I have to have somewhere for those flowers to go. I have two pots, the one behind me and the hose one over there to plant out. I have one pot along the garden that doesn't have anything in it. We decided what's gonna go in there. I needed two more hanging baskets around the garden. We decided what we're gonna do with that, and all of that has to do with the herbs. All right, so I read that thyme, and this is our thyme that we grew from seed, and it is doing lovely. And it's right here. Oh, I can smell it just from touching it. So I'm gonna surround it with a little bit of rosemary. So I have 3 little rosemaries. Actually, I'm gonna have to take some soil out of here. I'll just continue that around. So this is just a regular rosemary. I got this at Mid-Valley Greenhouse. Set that one to the side. I'm gonna do 2 of the hanging baskets with pineapple mint in them. So clear out that center. And I may find a place for this pineapple mint at the end of the season to just become overwintered someplace, because mint does so well up here. I gotta grab a little soil top. So this is my only pot along the side of the garden that didn't have something planted, and I set a bunch of stuff out here, see how it would do. Was it worth giving it the space in the pot? So far it's not been. So I have 2 chamomile plants. I want to save a ton of this for teas in the wintertime. Chamomile and mint or raspberry leaf teas are my absolute favorite. And so I grabbed 2 chamomile plants because they look so good and fantastic that I thought 2 of them will do it for this pot. And then this is something that I truly, truly want to have in the garden and in the food storage. Oh, it smells so good, you guys. So there we go. I grew that lemon balm from seed. It needed a home, and what was in there looked awful. So now that is what's in there. Hyssop, I think is how you even say it. And here's how little I know about it. Grew it from seed, had some seeds for it. Must have came in like a kit that had like stuff for teas or whatever, herbs. And so I grew it, and it is doing beautifully. It has been out here. It's super shallow rooted, and so I think it's gonna do just fine in this pot. Let's plant this out, and then I think you and I can figure out a way to use all of this. This side of the house is ugly. You have the plastic. We're gonna have a deck someday, but we can have a beautiful pot. So throw a little fertilizer topper in. And this hose bib, this area gets used constantly because this is where the water comes out of the house. So I'm gonna use that little spirally green thing right here. I'm gonna do it on this side. On this side. He got a little too much water, but this soil over here is quite a bit drier. He was getting too much water where he was at over there. I had some sort of vine. Do you see what I did with it? Oh, I put it on top of the pot. So that got a little bit snipped off, but that is gonna just pour over the side here. And we just wanna keep this front. Actually, so. Okay, perfect. Kind of like a wire vine type thing. So spill over some green. Whoop. And then these 3 together are gonna be huge. So full to part sun. This is the Supertunia Mini Vista White. I'm gonna put him in the center. Yeah. We're gonna do the Supertunia Black Cherry. I think I want it up this side. Perfect. And one more, we are gonna do the bee's knees. And these three are gonna completely take over this area. I thought I'd pause for a minute, show you what I actually got done to the porch, and then share with you how you can win for free that basket at Mid-Valley Greenhouse. So, up here on the porch, all the way around the outsides, I did one geranium, one pansy, and one of these sweet little white flowers. And so the whole porch on the outside now is flanked with flowers. We're gonna get that hanging basket hung up right there that we took down. And then on the inside of the porch, I grew all of these herbs from seed, my little kitchen garden. So we have some beautiful sage. Didn't that turn out fantastic? The oregano, that is huge. We have some fresh basil. I've even trimmed this back and it is popping back already. And then over here, we have the thyme. And then the flower baskets all the way around. So there's 4 of those. And they are about to open up. Isn't that gonna be just lovely? And as a gift, Erin got me this pretty little wreath. It just pops against the yellow, the red, white, and blue theme, and then that beautiful home sign. Now, if you're local here in Wasilla and you would like to win that basket, all you have to do is go into Mid-Valley Greenhouse and say, Modern Homestead Alaska sent me. And even if you don't win the basket, what I am hoping is that we can support local. I paid for the basket. I purchased it myself, so it is a gift from me to whoever goes in and wins it. It is not a sponsored thing, but if you have a channel and you have the opportunity to give back to a local business, that is all I'm simply trying to do. I absolutely love their greenhouse. They have been so amazing and a wealth of knowledge to me, and so it's just simply my way of giving back. Even if you don't win the basket, but I am how you heard of it, let them know that I sent you in there. So that would help me out, helps them out. We all work together, build a beautiful community. So congratulations to whoever wins that basket. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that it helps ward off some of these state birds, these stinking mosquitoes that we're having to deal with. And I hope that you enjoy the beauty. And I hope the rest of you enjoy a little shopping trip at Mid-Valley from me to you. So what was your favorite project today? I love this. Now that it's dried out this afternoon, look at that. We totally fixed the Costco pot all the way around. It's got beauty just hanging down. That's the right size for the front door. We're gonna get that hung up. The centerpiece, the red geranium in the middle, that's gonna come up tall, and then everything fills in and spills over. And our pots, I'm so proud of them. These are gonna be massive. They get absolutely huge, so they've got plenty of space, and then they have all those little seeds around to fill in even more. How perfect. I'm gonna set these in place before I water them in, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to move them. So I ended up getting one more pillow. Love the sunflower with the coop. We'll do pansies. you guys got to come back and see how all of this ends up turning out, and I can't wait to share that with you. Again, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of it. With that, I hope that you guys are blessed. I hope you have a fantastic, absolutely, let me get you the view. I hope that you have a beautiful, blessed, relaxed, amazing week ahead of you. And I hope to see you in the next video. That'll do it. Bye for now. Didn't even water them in yet. This is why I didn't water them in. They're heavy. Well, they might have gotten accidental. The baby calf is fantastic, and Peaches is doing wonderful. Hi. So that post and that post. I'll swirl it how I want it. Oh, that came out nice. Is it heavy?
Yeah. Put it in the hook?
No. I don't think that hook will hold it. Nope, that's weighing down. Put it on the big hook. You almost had it. You almost had it the first time. Look at you go. Oh, good. I've told you guys before, you got to get yourself an Aaron. It's my most vital piece of machinery on the Homestead. It comes in clutch so often. Everyone's got to have one of these. This was the 1978 model.